very brisk night in the Chicago area. The fans are awaiting the 250 main. Here's how the Suzuki results page looked after the last chance qualifier with Jimmy Wilson and Ironman Jason Thomas making the field. Thomas now making both the 125 and 250 mains once again. I think he's done that 7 times this year. As we take a look at the Toyota truck starting grid with Jeremy McGrath and David Vuillemin. The young Frenchman went out and set the high standard in qualifying, but Jeremy came right back to post the quicker qualifying time.
I believe Vuillemin can match Jeremy's pace. That's going to be the showdown right there, and I think the first turn is going to tell the story it has all night.
Once again, we've seen here in the starting lineup many privateers. In fact, we have 11 privateers once again making the 20-rider gate. 30-second board is up. When it goes sideways, we'll have from 5 to 10 seconds of rev time before they take off from that gate.
I'll tell you what I find interesting. You see Vuillemin right there just dialing in his clutch lever for that play. Most of the good guys, see Carmichael right there, Windham, they're all lined up pretty much to the inside. They know it's going to be a big advantage. Jeremy, however, is lined up way to the outside. There he is. He's got Grayson Goodman, his friend, and great starter just to the inside of him, and he's going to have to get an excellent reaction to have a chance in that first corner. Remember Sellers.
And they're off and running. The main event from Chicago is underway. Jeremy McGrath pulling out in front. He got the whole shot. Look at the inside. Vuillemin gets held up behind Ricky Carmichael. RC going down.
That inside did not pay off that time, and Jeremy, he didn't do anything dirty there. He just controlled the line because he got such a great jump out of the gate. He went right to the inside and bunched everyone up.
Jeremy McGrath capturing his 7th hole shot of the season, getting the Yahoo.com hole shot award. That's $1,000. Kevin Windham, number 14. This could be a good battle. Team Honda in 2nd. Number 10, Larry Ward on the Team Kawasaki bike in 3rd.
I'll tell you what a boost for Jeremy right here to have an advantage to wrap this thing up tonight. Looking for Vuillemin. Here he comes finally into the corner, mid-pack.
Number 934.
He's already passed so many riders. He was last except for Carmichael. He's not able to jump that triple right there. So as he's moving through the pack, even though he's fast and can match McGrath's pace, he's losing time right now.
There you see Vuillemin in 17th place. Carmichael is still in last. He's not finishing the season as he'd hoped. He wanted to be on the podium for the last 3 races of the year. Now Vuillemin's got his work cut out for him. He's got Thomas, number 51, and Damon Huffman, number 20, next on his pass list. He's saying hello, goodbye to number 51, Thomas, as we go out in front to our leader, Jeremy McGrath. Number 14, hanging with him, Kevin Windham, right behind him.
I'll tell you what, Kevin may have a chance here tonight, Art. This track is starting to look a lot like Dallas did, and Kevin's hanging right there. Let's look at the start again. Watch McGrath. Excellent reaction, just goes right to the inside. No one's got anywhere to go. It looks like Carmichael right there hits a tough block, falls down. Vuillemin's got to go all the way around the outside. Well, what a frustrating scenario for Vuillemin, who's trying to take this race to the last round. Here's from Heath Foss. He's got McGrath right to his left. Look at McGrath right to the inside. No room for anybody.
Great shot. Heath Foss with the helmet cam. There you can see Windham moving in front of Ward into 2nd place. Back to live action. Jeremy McGrath still has Kevin Windham hounding him. Windham has the speed. He's coming off 3 consecutive podiums, including his first win of the season. That, of course, took place at Texas Stadium.
Here's where McGrath has got to be smart, and he just knows that if he's able to just maintain this pace, not make a major mistake, leave the door open for Kevin, it's the guy that's going to make the fewest mistakes. Jeremy has proven to be the best at that over the years. He's going for title number 7 out of 8 years, and I think that he can just ride his pace, see if Kevin makes a couple of mistakes, lose that time. If he does, he's not going to be able to get it back. Jeremy's just too good.
Kevin Windham making some good time in the whoop section right there. Does Jeremy work a guy like Windham a little bit like a long-distance runner, David? I mean, it seems like he has so much in reserve when he's challenged.
I believe that Jeremy's riding around at about 95, 98% of his capacity. And then every once in a while, he'll recognize that he needs to pick up the pace a little bit, or he makes a mistake and he needs to make that time back up. He can go to that 100% and not go out of his comfort zone. That's why you see him, stay healthy all these years and not make big mistakes or take huge chances.
Jeremy McGrath, Kevin Windham, 1 and 2 on this converted drag strip. You see the retaining walls there, those white walls. Those are permanent walls, and they had to build this track around those obstacles. It wasn't easy.
There's one of the sections right there, up and over the wall, a little right-left into a double. These guys are jumping, feet on the pegs of a line that's only about 6 inches wide, if that. If they miss that line, they get wheel spin, and they can't make the double.
Into the whoops once again. We'll see if Windham can make up more time. Jeremy turned it up again.
You know, there's things that Jeremy does all day long, and then in the main, he pulled out a little something extra. Kevin's starting to find that out. See, he's not losing seconds, he's losing inches. And that's what it's come down to these days. When I raced, we used to gain a second or two a lap.
Jeremy right now answering the challenge from Kevin Windham. Not counting Daytona, this has got to be one of the longest lap times we've had this season. David, you were telling me earlier you didn't think that endurance would come into play here like it might next week in Las Vegas.
And it'll be in the 90s there, and yeah, a longer lap time, longer race. It's going to wear on you here. I don't think it's a problem.
Look at this. Kevin Windham now starting to pull closer to McGrath. Jeremy McGrath is after his 7th Supercross Championship. When we come back, we'll return to this great action between McGrath and Windham. Back before EA Sports Supercross is Jeremy McGrath, who's starting to tuck away his 7th Supercross Championship in 8 years. An absolute phenomenal record.
He opens up that lead a little bit more and starts thinking about, yeah, I think I got this once again. He starts to pull those tearaways. They keep time up in the air off the triple. You start the race with quite a few just in case you're back there in the pack. You need clear vision, but the problem with stacking 4 or 5 of those things on there is it makes your vision a little bit milkier. So he's just making that vision a little bit better. Look at Vuillemin now, just carving into this top 5.
Vuillemin having a great first full season in the 250s. 4 wins, 11 podiums, 4 hole shots, leading 67 laps on the season, and currently in 2nd place behind Jeremy McGrath in the points. But all of those statistical categories, he's second only to McGrath.
He has been so impressive. He is for real. Imagine this is his first full 250 season, and next year I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of guys, including Jeremy, that are going to take him very serious.
The battle for 4th is on with Tortelli, number 21, right behind Larry Ward, number 10. And then you've got number 5, Mike LaRocco. That might be a tough assignment for Vuillemin.
Well, LaRocco is going to be tough to pass. Tortelli, he was able to work his way by him in the heat race. Vuillemin coming up a little bit short right there off the triple. That's because he tried to take a completely different line in case there was a mistake by LaRocco. But I'll tell you what's impressing me about Vuillemin so much is that watching the second practice out here this afternoon, it just didn't look like there was anywhere for the top 5 or 6 guys to get around each other unless somebody blew it. And right here, Vuillemin is able to carve right up to him.
All kinds of close action right now. How difficult is it to change your timing with the riders so close in front of you like Vuillemin has right now, David?
Well, the thing about Vuillemin is that he's had to pass every single rider in the race to get up to this point, so he's used to taking different lines. That'll be to his advantage here when he tries to work his way around LaRocco and Tortelli. I think he's going to catch these guys by surprise.
Coming up through the pack, Vuillemin. He said this was his kind of track during practice. He really enjoyed it. It fit his brilliant style, and of course, right now he has the assignment to get in front of Mike LaRocco. And don't forget the next race in Las Vegas, fans. He's going to go for the Vans Triple Crown. If he wins in Vegas, he takes home $500,000 winning all 3 rounds. This is the battle for 3rd. Sebastian Tortelli starting to put the challenge to number 10, Larry Ward of Team Kawasaki. Tortelli comes to the inside now. Ward is not making it easy on Sebastian, that's for sure. They're going bar to bar now. Sebastian currently 6th in points. Can he make the move? Yes. Takes the veteran.
Here's the tough part for Larry Ward right now. He's been up there in 3rd this whole time. He's been put it in cruise mode. He thought he was able to hold on to it, but it messes up your concentration when somebody gets around. Now he's got all that pressure back there. Here they come. Rocco gets around, and I don't think it's going to be too long before Vuillemin can get around him as well.
Tortelli, number 21. Morocco, number 5 on the Amsoil Honda, an independent team. The leading Honda rider this year, 3rd in points. We go back to our leader, Jeremy McGrath. McGrath just concentrating on not making a key mistake. You talk about calm, cool, and collected.
Well, he's only made 1 or 2 mistakes out there, and they didn't really cost him much time. There's a look from Heath Boss, working his way up over that retaining wall into the whoop section. He's about 2.5, 3 feet deep. They don't look it, but they are. It takes so much strength to get all the way through there. Then you have this double into the corner at the end. You don't even really charge to that corner because you're so tired from on the whoop section and making sure you get through that. This would normally be a triple over that last bump. Boss comes up a little bit short right there, playing it safe.
He makes the triple there.
Up onto that little plateau, off over that. It's busy straightaway, and as soon as you make this corner, another triple. Makes that one as well. Jeremy is elected to take the inside into that corner and double. That's how he passed Carmichael earlier in the night in the heat race. Took him by surprise. He's figuring inside and inside. Get over the double clean. It comes out about the same. He doesn't have to take that chance going wide and jumping the triple.
Phenomenal shot on board with Heath Voss, top privateer in the series.
This could be his best finish. It just goes to show that start was so important. This is another straightaway of whoops coming back the other way. A little bit more rolling. This is where Estrada had his problems running him back in Fonseca earlier in that 125 minute.
If Voss holds this position, he'll tie the best finish of the season for a privateer. Here's the battle. Vuillemin into the corner.
Wow, Vuillemin just stuffed LaRocco right there to the inside. I'm glad to see some aggressive riding, and that's how you have to pass here. You got to get in there and bump a little bit. Tortelli probably thinks he's still got LaRocco back there. Boy, will he be in for a surprise. Vuillemin is not messing around out here, and he is turning 1:08 lap time to McGrath's 1:10 out front. He's still got time to catch second.
An absolutely outstanding ride for number 934.
Triples into that corner right behind Tortelli, matches his pace, watching him down the straightaway, hops 4 of those rollers right there, just closes in.
Vuillemin seems so confident on the subject of Jeremy McGrath's approach. He's humble about it, but I think he knows inside himself that he can beat McGrath. He's certainly shown that confidence here during his initial rookie year.
Yeah, he's just not intimidated at all. Look at that. Oh, a little mistake.
And here comes LaRocco back again, number 5. LaRocco cutting to the inside. Vuillemin wants him back again. A little rubbing of plastic.
That was so heads up right there by Vuillemin. Keep his composure from the mistake he made. He wasn't even straightened back out. He was already looking over at an opportunity to get LaRocco back. Took him completely by surprise. And if he hadn't made that pass, he'd still be on LaRocco and may not have a shot at it.
And here he makes the move on Tortelli. The two Frenchmen. Vuillemin passing number 21, Sebastian Tortelli.
This is the kind of stuff we used to see from Jean-Michel Bale. Just come out of nowhere and just get guys so quick.
David Vuillemin moving up through the ranks. We'll be back with more EA Sports Supercross in a moment. Welcome back to Joliet, Illinois, near Chicago, as Jeremy McGrath tries to put the clamps on his 7th Supercross title. On board with Heath Voss.
This is that triple, the far end he's not able to do. He's got a rider in front of him. Looks like Doug Stone. Here comes McGrath. McGrath lapping, and watch this triple they're approaching. These guys are at least 30 feet in the air. What an awesome sight.
I don't think Voss is going to see the side of McGrath much longer.
No, watch through here. McGrath triples that. Triples all the way to the corner. He picks up another about 4 or 5 bike lengths, and just little by little, he's gone. Look at this. He's got almost a whole straightaway, and he just passed Voss a moment ago.
Jeremy McGrath, who started the season with 2 straight wins at Anaheim, dropped 2 to Vuillemin, and then came back with 4 straight wins, leading all 80 laps to really give him a big boost for this championship. He's now finding himself out in front, mistake-free, and not far from the ultimate glory of winning another championship.
I'll tell you what, whenever Jeremy has had to dominate, he has. And whenever he's needed to get the start, he has. Tonight was so important, and it was just a huge confidence, display of confidence for him to line up that far to the outside and go, you know what, I'll just be out here, I'll get the start I need and just control it. He had to do it, otherwise he'd have been over the first turn just like so.
Let's take a look at some of the trouble times for Vuillemin in the whoops.
Well, watch Vuillemin here. He gets a little out of shape, goes off. He actually almost goes off the racetrack, hits a tough block right there, but look at it. He looks to his right. LaRocco gets him back. He sees an opportunity, and that Cobra strikes right back, takes LaRocco completely by surprise. And just shortly after that, he got around Tortelli as well. I mean, just takes 2 guys. He wasn't even under control. He was able to make those passes.
Wow, that's great track awareness, almost like a 6th sense.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has taken that from last place nearly all the way up to have a shot at Windham, who was right there with McGrath for the first 6 laps of this race. So that 1:08 lap time that he's turning to McGrath's 1:10 has not changed. He's been able to do that the entire race, and he's caught Windham.
That's number 14 right in front of him, Team Honda's Kevin Windham. He's in trouble right now if he's hoping to nail down the second place finish. Vuillemin on the charge. Windham is looking for his 4th consecutive podium, but Vuillemin is really timing this track beautifully.
Well, the timing of Windham is pretty much the same. These guys are doing all the same obstacles, so I'm anxious to see where Vuillemin can get around, if he even can. I think Windham tightened up in the middle of this race, like he's done in a lot of races, but he's been able to finish strong. In Pontiac, he was able to get Vuillemin back in the later stages of the race. He's probably remembering that right now.
White flag is out for Jeremy McGrath, only 1 lap away from a championship once again.
Well, I was about to say this would be a great feeling, but I don't know. He's done it so many times. It's just become routine now.
The motivation is still there, though.
You can see that. I mean, the concentration, the look in his eye when we get a shot of him on the start, he seems so much more focused than everyone else, so much more intimidating.
And I bet he gives nothing away to Vuillemin in Las Vegas. Even though the Team Yamaha rider is in line for the $500,000 bucks. Here's the battle for second place underway. Vuillemin in back of Kevin Windham. Tries him to the inside, but Windham shuts the door.
You better not even leave it open a crack, or Vuillemin's going to find his way through.
David Vuillemin to the inside, bumps him a little bit, and Vuillemin, an amazing run now, comes from the near back of the pack, all the way back to second place in another podium. What a ride. Look at Jeremy McGrath.
I don't think Windham left much room there. That's got to have him a little bit surprised.
Some of the last lap, Vuillemin passes into second place, and here is Jeremy McGrath making the turn. The celebration has already started. The checkers for Jeremy, his 9th win of the year, the 69th of his Supercross career. And Vuillemin finishes in second, Windham in third.
They were only about 4 seconds behind Jeremy. There's Jeremy's mother there, his girlfriend on the right, his sister, Tracy.
And there's Larry Brooks, the team manager of Mazda Chaparral Yamaha, grabbing him right away. Larry Brooks, an important part of this team.
He is, and having raced before, he understands Jeremy's thinking. They walk the track together. I'll tell you what, though, watching him yesterday in practice, he didn't look that sharp, and I don't think he rode that much this week, and he's still able to pull it out of the bag somehow.
This is the first time since 1996 that Jeremy's actually won the title with a victory on the track. He needed only a second or a third or fourth place finish to win the title in many years. He's always had such a supportive family. They've got the T-shirts ready. McGrath's 7th championship in 8 years. And it gives Yamaha statistical proof of their greatest Supercross year ever. 13 wins on the season. We'll be right back to hear from the champion in a moment. Honda, ride red.
All right, Jeremy, there it is. Title number 7. You made it look easy.
Well, you know, I got a good start. Tonight's start was really important. The turn was really sharp at the end, and my Chaparral Mazda got me right out in front, and I hung down low in the corner trying to protect my whole shot. In the heat race, I kind of went outside, and RC got by me there. So I shut it down and tried to hold the start, and I got it.
Well, listen, congratulations on a 7th championship. Will we see number 8 next year?
Well, I'm definitely racing next year. I'm not thinking about retiring yet. Seems like every year I get older, and they got a new guy for me. But you know, I'm ready to go, and you know, we got 7. Maybe we can get 8.
I don't know what's stopping him as David Vuillemin looks forward to the final round of Vegas. The Vans Triple Crown $500,000 bonus. Jeremy's won all 4 wrenchhead.com SFX Superfun races. That's an additional $80,000 for just those 4 races alone. Here's the Toyota Trucks results page. McGrath, Vuillemin, and Windham on the podium. LaRocco and Tortelli rounding out the top 5. Heath Voss did, in fact, equal the best performance of the year for a privateer in 9th place. David Vuillemin showing us he's ready and willing to go to Vegas for motorcycles' biggest prize in Las Vegas. One more race on the schedule. McGrath has the title, but Vuillemin has made it close on the Honda point sheet. Vuillemin came within 28 points of the champion. Let's go back to the victory podium, and Davey Coombs with our runner-up on the season, David Vuillemin.
Well, David, that start killed you tonight.
Yeah, Ricky crashed in front of me, hit a bad with his foot peg, and I was stuck behind him, and I started last, and I was riding smooth, and I had a good line, and I could catch a lot of guys, and I got second. That's good with the start, but I wanted to win tonight because I wanted to hold Jeremy until Vegas, but we'll see next week. Next week is another race, and maybe I will race for the Vans Supercross.
That's right. You have one chance, one race, 20 laps, $500,000. You have to be excited about that now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, but I don't care too much about money. I just care about the win. But that's for sure. It will be great if I win and I get the Triple Crown. But, you know, we'll see next week.
And joining us here right now is the third-place finisher tonight. This is Kevin Windham. Kevin, you looked great in the beginning. You had Jeremy right there in your sights, and then you just lost a little bit of room on him.
Yeah, I tightened up in the middle, and it's kind of been the story of the season. But, you know, it's just like I said, I'm glad to be up here on the podium. Just kind of been up here floating around the podium area, and, you know, only one win this year. Hopefully I can do it again in Vegas. But looking forward to the outdoor season, and really looking forward to Vegas also with the, you know, getting the pay-per-view event. And, you know, he made an aggressive pass Vuillemin on the last lap, you know, to go in the second. And, you know, I really hope I'm in the same position next weekend to try to take the $500,000 away from him.
So McGrath might not be the only one wanting to keep the $500,000 out of the wallet of David Vuillemin.
Well, Windham seems a little uptight about that move, and yeah, it was an aggressive move. It was something you saw a lot more in the 80s, but these days you don't see as much, and Kevin just was a little caught off guard there, and a lot of motivation to get him back next week.
A championship night tonight for Stefan Roncada and Jeremy McGrath. The 125 East and the 250 crowns awarded in the same evening. McGrath, another sensational year. This has been the fourth season with at least 9 victories.
He's so much stronger in the head. There's guys that can match his pace. Windham, Carmichael, Vuillemin. These guys can all go as fast, but he's stronger in the head. In the end, he's always the guy shining.